Okay, so that's drying nicely now. It's pretty much dry, that first layer. So what I'm going to do now is start to add some detail lines so that I don't lose my drawing. Again, this is all about keeping control of what we've tried so hard to achieve in the first place, which is an accurate drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding some dark lines around the darkest bits of the detail. Around the mouth, maybe under the nose. And to do that, I'm keeping the same colours on my palette, and all I'm doing is adding a little bit of black. Now this is I wouldn't normally add black, but I'm adding black because we're using the Zorn palette, and black is our way of controlling the warm colours. So that's why I'm going to go with the black, and I'm going to show you what to do. So I've changed my brush to a detail brush with a nice point on it, so that I know when I start to draw lines, I can be quite accurate. And I'm going to start by just picking out where I know the shadows are, darkest parts. And I know I'm getting them in the right place because I've been careful with my drawing. So you guys have done the same. You'll be able to do this as long as you're careful and you're concentrating. So looking really carefully at the photograph at where the darkest parts are, you should be able to see quite easily if you're really studying closely. So just under here, I'm just going to highlight that line underneath his nose. It's probably, there isn't a black line there, but I don't want to lose that shape because it's very descriptive of how Mr. Khan's nose is. Then I can move down and do the mouth. Now most of you are photographed with your mouths closed. Mr. Khan had his mouth slightly open so you can see his teeth. So I'm just drawing around the edge of the teeth and the bottom lip, so that when I put layers of paint over this, I don't lose it. I'll still have that darkness showing through. And that's what you guys are going to do. It's a bit darker in the corner of his mouth over here. And I can also draw down there. Right, so I will now ask myself, where else is dark? I put that brush down, although I could carry on with that. I prefer to use a square tip brush. So I'm just going to pick one of those up and use a similar colour, but this time I'm going to thin the paint slightly so it's a bit more transparent. It'll come out a bit lighter, and I'm just going to start to work away from the sort of next tone down. So thinking of the tonal values, I'm looking at the sort of next area. So the area on the eyebrow here, where I've already drawn carefully, that area is quite dark, so I'm going to put that in with a slightly more watery paint, so it won't end up looking as dark as the areas in the eye. So I'm already using my brush marks to try to show how hair might happen, the direction the hairs are travelling on the skin. Let's do this eyebrow. There are some lines down his laughter lines where I can just put those in with that brush. Slightly lighter in tone, so it doesn't need to be done with the black so much, but it's more of a sort of dark brown. A bit more under his nose maybe, and just in this section here. And just by picking out these darker shapes, it's starting to give you more of a representation of the 3D head. and therefore starting to look more like him. Just adding a bit more water here because I'm drying out, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the burnt sienna just to warm up the colour slightly, because I'm getting more into the skin areas, so I can make this shadow under here darker and into the corner of his eye. So I'm being quite controlled with my brushwork, so desperate not to lose the likeness.